So I'm going to do my best to stick with the goal I said last week. I'm going to attempt to make a video every week about some random topic and have that up on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. That's what I uploaded that first one at, so that's kind of what I want to stick with as the deadline every week. Today, I want to talk about goals I have in my brain that I want to accomplish for the year of 2026. Now, we're 10 days into the year at the time of this being uploaded. Today's the 8th. I'm not giving myself a lot of time to to edit this, and editing is going to be, I think, my biggest challenge moving forward. These are some of the things I want to do in 2026. The biggest goal that I have for myself, this is unscripted by the way, but I do have points on this on the side that I want to make sure I hit as we're talking. The biggest goal I want to accomplish in this year is to purchase my own vehicle that is solely my responsibility. Right now, I utilize a truck in the family, and there's nothing wrong with that. I actually really like that truck. I've come to very much love and cherish the ability to use it and have it, but it's not mine. If someone else in the family needs it, they have priority over me. I'm using it because it's available. No one really uses it, but if something happens to that truck, I then have to try and work with someone in order to get it back on the road, and that's not it's not fun considering that there have been multiple times where that's been an issue. So, I do want to purchase my own vehicle. Right now I have like nothing in savings, so that's another goal trying to work with this year is to be more financially aware and actually start saving up and trying to recognize, hey, this is a lifestyle right now that you're not enjoying. You don't want to try and maintain this for 40 years. You want to like be able to go live, right? And so I want to be able to recognize, hey, I need to save up for something like that. I need to work on something like this, something that starts off as a hobby and potentially grows into more, whether it's this, whether it's gaming, whether it's streaming, whatever, and see if those can become suitable money sources. Now, that's not to say that like I'm jobless, because I'm not. Feels like I am sometimes with how many hours we can get at work. And so that's another thing that I do kind of want to try and do this year. I would like to have a different source of main income leaving my place of work. My place of work right now, I've been there for, I think I'm pushing 6 years. And there's nothing wrong with longevity in a place of work, but I've been doing the same thing for 6 years. I work retail. It's not going to make decent money. It doesn't make decent money. And especially when hours vary from week to week. And in my head, there is a threshold of hours I need to hit weekly in order to be able to live comfortably as I am right now, and I'm not hitting that hour goal, and that's not sustainable. And so I need to be able to work on something like this that can potentially be another source of income, but also recognize that I just need to move on from where I am right now, and that's been the biggest drive in trying to do something like this, like make videos. For the best example is to try and make it into a source of income. And if it does become a source of income, again, great. You'll be hearing me say that the entire year, the entire journey. If it does become a source of income, that's great. If it doesn't, that's fine. This is this leads into another point of trying to be more disciplined. I mean, you'll see it on this channel, this YouTube channel, that I upload shorts every day about trying to form a habit. Right now, the January habit is run a mile every day. And that's part of my fitness journey, and that's part of trying to develop discipline, doing things when you don't want to do them, and as opposed to using motivation and doing things when you want to do them. Motivation's only going to get you so far. It's only going to last 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. Discipline is what's going to carry you on for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. And that's huge picture. That's very big picture. I'm only 20. Oh god, I'm only 24. Developing the discipline early as opposed to later is going to be monumental in then discovering other things that you don't want to do but you recognize you have to do. And that's part of what I'm trying to build as well. So, vehicle, potentially a new job, and building discipline. Those are three of the biggest things that I want to accomplish this year. I want to travel. The last time I traveled was last April, and it was to it was a weekend. It was a week getaway at a lake house that the family owns, and that was fun. That was fine. That was still in the same state. I would like to travel and start exploring more. The last time I did something like that, I think, was a Washington D.C. trip I took back in high school, and for reference, I graduated in 2020, so that was 6 to 7 years ago. And I think I've been to DC twice. The furthest west I've been is Tallahassee. I live in Florida. The furthest west I've been is Tallahassee. The furthest north I've been is Pennsylvania, but I don't remember that trip because at the time I was a kid. And then the furthest south I've been is probably Orlando. I don't think I've been to the Everglades. I think we had intentions to go to the Everglades and then never ended up going. But like Miami would be a good place to visit. The Keys would be, is that what they're called? The Keys would be a good place to visit. I want to see the West Coast. I want to go, like, Texas wouldn't be a bad place to visit. There are so many places in the US alone, let alone traveling to Europe, traveling to Japan, traveling to Asia. And but I need to recognize also money is not it's not good in today's economy, both in the states and worldwide. So um the idea that I have first, that I would like to travel to first, is Niagara Falls. That's Buffalo, New York, which I didn't know. For some reason, I thought it was in Canada. My geography sense, terrible, absolutely, absolutely terrible. But I was watching a video and they were at Niagara Falls, and it looked really pretty and it looked really serene. And I adore and love nature. So traveling to somewhere like Niagara Falls, that is on the list for something to do this year. The next thing I want to talk about is learning a new language. I Spanish has always been my second language in the sense that it's what I took in school. So I took it from kindergarten all the way through to 8th grade, and then I did it in 11th grade, and then I did it in ninth grade, and I did it in 10th grade. I needed two language credits, and then I could have another free elective. I chose to take the extra elective, so I only did it 2 years. The issue with my knowledge in Spanish is that I haven't used it, and I didn't use it consistently enough for it to stick in my brain. So, how are we going to circumvent that? How are we going to learn Spanish and keep it in the brain? So, there's two ways. There's one way that I'm learning it, and then there's one way I'm going to utilize it. There's a language learning app I have on my phone that I saw on, I think it was Instagram, because I don't typically scroll TikTok, but I saw it on Instagram, and it looked not like it worked, but it looked like it could help. And that's kind of the issue right now, is that I don't take the time to learn any of it, so I need to start utilizing time in order to do that. And so I started that, I want to say New Year's, and so that's a New Year's resolution, so to say. I don't like trying to title things as New Year's resolution, so that's something I want to get better at this year. And then in order to utilize it and keep it in my brain and to become, what I have written down is conversational in Spanish. I'm not going to get fluent in 1 year unless I like travel to Spain, or I guess Mexico, or a Spanish speaking country, but I want to become conversational in it. And the way I'm going to go about that is that I have a handful of friends that are bilingual in Spanish and English. And so the idea is to talk to them in Spanish. One of my friends explicitly has said, because this is something I expressed to her, I want to get better at this. She's explicitly said that she will either not talk to me unless it's in Spanish, or I have to talk to her in Spanish. And that's the only way you're going to learn, is using it and utilizing it. The next few things I'm going to list are kind of all tied together. They all kind of go hand in hand. I severely want to limit doom scrolling. Just sitting on Instagram or TikTok and just swiping and watching reels or shorts or TikTok or whatever you want to call it. It's all the same medium. It's all short form content. The amount that I consumed, I say that past tense, was at a point where it started to feel detrimental to my betterment of becoming a better person. It felt very lazy, and it felt like a time sink. And that's what it is. You just get addicted to the next thing, and depending on your FYP, and some FYPs are very pinpoint, it knows what you want to see at what times, and even when you don't want to see certain things. But that's besides the point. So in order to limit doom scrolling, limit consumption, I'm doing something like this, where I want to create more and consume less and be more selective in what I consume. So by limiting doom scrolling, that I will then allocate that time into doing something like this, making videos, working on my fitness journey, and um, reading books and streaming more consistently. Those are two other goals that I have on here that will open up because I'm limiting something like doom scrolling. I am repurposing that time from consumption to sorry, I hit my mic. From consumption to creation. And so my reading goal this year, I'm a huge bookworm. Over here, you can see it's mirrored. You can see Fourth Wing, trying to remember what they're called. Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, and then in the back in the middle is Onyx Storm. I also have Onyx Storm here. This is the deluxe collector's edition, and then oh my word, this is the Claws and Flame print. It's got like the side print. This is what I'm talking about. This one has the side art. These two don't. I also have, it's hard to see it actually in this lighting right now, but I also have, I have Quicksilver and I have Brimstone. I haven't read Brimstone yet, but I did read Quicksilver. Absolutely adored it. I needed the next book now. Thankfully, the next book was coming out. Down here is Percy Jackson, all custom covers. And then this one is The Lightning Thief. That one is A Sea of Monsters. Percy Jackson is one of my two top franchises of all time. Favorite, like, end of discussion. If you mention Percy Jackson, if you mention The Legend of Zelda, I am talking about that for hours. For hours. Obsession does not cover how much I enjoy it. It really doesn't. So I'm a huge book nerd. I'm a huge book fan. I've read Harry Potter, and I say that very hesitantly. And so last year, my book goal was 20. I ended up reading 28 books. This year, I have my goal set to 30. I'm already 4 or 5 books in, and it's day 8 of the year. I think I'm 4 books in. Because I'm rereading Percy Jackson right now, actually. I just finished Mark of Athena this morning. I will be starting House of Hades tonight or tomorrow, and I'm on my way. Last year, I read the entire Empyrean Legacy, which I currently have in my hand because I haven't put it back yet. Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, Onyx Storm. I read Breaking Rosalind. I read all 4 books of Crowns of Nyaxia from Carissa Broadbent. Wonderful series. I got goosebumps. Oh my god, I love books. I read the first duology, and then I waited for the fourth book to release, and then I read the second duology. I think the first one was better than the second. I'm not saying that the second was bad. I read the Playing for Keeps series from Becca Mack. I think between the Empyrean Legacy and the Playing for Keeps series from Becca Mack, I think those two are tit for tat as some of the best books I read last year. The 4th book in Playing for Keeps had me just ugly crying for like the last 40% of that book because it hit a little too close to home. It is hockey romance if that's something that you're into. I do recommend. And then, like I said, right now I'm rereading my favorite franchise, Percy Jackson. Books I am currently looking forward to this year is Brimstone, which I have over there. 1 second. Books I'm looking forward to reading are Brimstone. Oh, let me put them this way. Brimstone, which is the sequel to Quicksilver. I loved Quicksilver. I loved reading about Kingfisher. I don't remember the main character's name. I'm trying to remember the girl's name. Sayaris. Totally remember that. Didn't look, promise. I loved reading those. My phone's going off. I should have put it on Do Not Disturb. ADHD is crazy. I read Quicksilver and I was like, I really hope that this book has a sequel because it's really good. I looked into it. Brimstone, book 2. It's supposed to be a trilogy, but book 2. I'm excited to read this. I haven't yet. It has been out for a handful of months now. That's my next book that I'm excited to read. And then if book 4 of the Empyrean Legacy, Fourth Wing, is supposed to release this year, I'm super excited for that because the cliffhanger at the end of book 3, I'm still recovering. So that's the whole reading portion of trying to limit doom scrolling and then create more, be more selective in what I consume. I want to stream more consistently. My main game that I stream and that I play is World of Warcraft. Yes, I know that shit's old as fuck. I've gone so long without cursing. I don't need to start now. Yes, I know that game's really old. Um, I think it's a nostalgia thing for me. I love going back to games that I just have an itch for. Like right now, I really want to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I might boot it up and play it for an hour or two. I haven't decided yet, but like that, like I just love being able to go back and re-experience something again. Now that being said, World of Warcraft is a much different game now than it was back then, and that's fine. But I love being able to go into a game and I can see. I mean, what I literally have it open on the side right now. That's insane. Um, there's something about the game that just consistently draws me back to it. I don't know if I will ever drop it. If I do, it's probably because I just lost internet service or something. Um, but to continue this tangent about streaming more consistently, the main game I've been streaming right now is Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima is my favorite game of all time. I love the story. I love the aesthetic. Japan as an art form in general is beautiful and mesmerizing and breathtaking. And insert any super valuable word here, it's so pretty. That game is so pretty. But I've gotten into speedrunning, and I wanted to start with the game that I really enjoyed, and I wanted to start with Ghost of Tsushima. My first attempt at a speedrun in that game was under 6 hours, and currently my PB is 3 hours and 7 minutes. The world record is 246, 245. So I still have a considerable amount to trim off, but that's the dopamine my brain is getting from it. I can do better and I can cut down my time. My time can be shorter. I can go faster. Um, a little bit more of gaming stuff. The biggest game I'm looking forward to this year, Phantom Blade Zero. That looks so pretty. The game looks so pretty. If I'm smart, I'll put some sort of art form up on it as if it's a B-roll, or even put in some gameplay of its own thing. It looks so pretty. It's that same Japanese thing. The fights look so well choreographed. It looks insane. The biggest game I'm looking forward to in the next few years, Tides of Annihilation. Again, my brain genuinely was confusing the two and combining them at some point. Tides of Annihilation, mesmerizing. I'm getting goosebumps. Mesmerizing doesn't cover how beautiful that and cinematic that game looks. It looks so good. I can't, goosebumps again. I can't adequately explain how interested I am in those two games. So those are the two biggest games that are coming up that I'm super interested in. I've hit everything on here. There are a couple tentative goals that I have down at the bottom of my thing. I've been wanting a tattoo since I've been a kid. My uncle is, I guess the inspiration is the best word to use for that. Um, I've been wanting tattoos for the longest time. I have a Percy Jackson tattoo in my mind. I need to try and translate what's up here onto paper so I can go into a tat shop and get it. I don't know. I don't know what's really holding me back, because I could have done this like 3 or 4 years ago. I could go do it right now, but for whatever reason, something is holding me back from actually getting the tattoos. I've thought about getting my ears pierced. I would not mind rocking just like color studded earrings, whether it's gold, whether it's red for it's ruby, whether it's amethyst, whether it's sapphire. I've been on a huge dark green trend recently, so emerald would be nice. Black, like I would not mind getting my ears pierced. And then another tentative goal. I don't think this is something that's going to happen this year unless I come upon a crap ton of money. But I do think I'm ready to live on my own. I'm ready to have my own entire place. I'm not saying a house. Definitely not saying a house. But whether it's an apartment, whether it's a studio, I'm definitely starting to get an itch for wanting my own place and wanting to decorate it my way. If this is something that has entertained you in any way, please let me know down in the comments that are below the video. If there's anything you would like to hear me talk about more or talk about in general, I do need video ideas because I'm trying to do this the entire year and then potentially further on. Still trying to find my niche in something like this in video creation. This is the part where I say thank you for watching. please like and subscribe. And we both go on about our day. See you guys in another week. Take care.